Those dogs at Nintendo have done it again. They convinced me to buy a Switch. I said back when the Switch originally came out that I would not be buying one unless we got a cool Pokemon game, preferably multiple, and I believe there was one other franchise I was interested in at the time, on the Switch. That I'm only interested in using it as a handheld that I can actually see the screen on. It's super underpowered as a home console. It seems super awkward as a home console. Had little interest in it in that. I just wanted a cool, powerful handheld that I could actually see the screen and play Pokemon on it. They haven't given us a good Pokemon RPG on a bigger console since Coliseum and XD on the GameCube. I wanted something. And while we haven't exactly gotten that yet, and there's still 2 more days of Nintendo announcements, so they could talk more about the core Pokemon RPG for next year in those announcements, they did show off Pokemon Go, or Pokemon Let's Go, and it was so good. It sold me so much on the Switch in this game, and I am so excited. I was originally concerned when they did the brief Nintendo Direct reveal of Pokemon Let's Go, because while it looked cool, they didn't show a whole lot, and so all I originally saw was just the Pokemon Go catching mechanic, and then you kind of had some overworld running around, and I was just like, but why though? But oh man. So you can play co-op. You can have a friend on a second joypad, jump in, or Joy-Con, I guess they're called, jump in, run around the world together, catch Pokemon together with the same Pokeball if you synchronize your swings, and you can even fight battles, trainer battles, together. So cool. This is what I've wanted from a Pokemon game. My fiance and I are going to play the heck out of it, most likely. And I think gym battles might be co-op as well. They specifically cut off gameplay at the gym battle when they got to Brock, so we don't get to see that yet, but I'm hoping since other trainer battles are co-op, that one will be too, or perhaps it'll split you into like split screen 1v1s or something. I'm not sure. You can trade Pokemon, you can catch Pokemon, you can battle Pokemon, and they did make some interesting tweaks, which had me really concerned, but they turned out to be even better than I would have imagined. So the Pokemon Go catching mechanic, a little gimmicky. Even if you're using handheld, you just kind of wave the tablet around, which was a concern of mine, because I only wanted to play handheld. I was like, I don't want to have to like disconnect the Joy-Con and wave it at the screen. You just like flick the whole tablet, which is fine. That's cool. But the catching mechanic, when you encounter wild Pokemon, that whole catching mechanic is actually how you level up your Pokemon, which both makes that more interesting and speeds up that grind, because honestly, the battling wild Pokemon grind to just level up your characters was a very slow point for the franchise for the first 2 gens. So I'm excited to see that improved upon. And then they left trainer battles alone. They explicitly said that they wanted to leave trainer battles alone, and they're very traditional. The gyms are still laid out mostly the same. You can still even avoid the gym trainers, at least in Pewter City Gym. And they've added new overworld events that you can do different things, goofy little reasons to actually interact with the world for once. And you have a new rival, which I believe was named Trace in the demo. I don't know. You probably get to rename him. He's definitely not Gary or Blue or Silver or whatever. I guess Silver would have been Gold and Silver's rival. He's definitely not Blue. He doesn't have that 90s attitude to smell you later. He seems pretty nice. You don't really, there's less of the actual rivalry and more kind of like May from 3rd Gen, where he's just kind of there to show up randomly and help you out. Totally cool with that. And it just looks a lot of fun. It is Pokemon Yellow. In case you're unaware, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is basically a remaster or a remake. It's actually a remake of Pokemon Yellow on the Switch, but with a Pikachu on your head or an Eevee on or a Pikachu on your shoulder or an Eevee on your head, and then you get to pick another Pokemon to follow you around or for you to ride. So if you have an Onix, you can ride the Onix, and it is freaking huge. It is, they use realistic sizes. So you are riding on top of Onix with Pikachu on top of your head, and then they swapped out the wild Pokemon battling for the most part with Pokemon Go catching mechanics. And then of course you have the Pokeball Plus, a little dongle thing that you can use to catch Pokemon with as an extra toy, and it comes with Mew if you get it as a bonus, which is pretty cool because you can't really get Mew in the game officially, at least in the originals. And you can swap different Pokemon in there to kind of like talk to you while you're out and about, which is a little gimmicky, whatever, that's fine. It's like the little pedometer things. But then you can link it to your phone for actual Pokemon Go, and the CP points or level in Pokemon Go will translate somehow to higher levels in Pokemon Let's Go, and you get to transfer your Pokemon over to a Pokemon Go park and then you catch them from there in Pokemon Let's Go, and you get to transfer back and forth. It just looks really cool. It looks a lot of fun, and the fact that there's still so much traditionally like rooted in core Pokemon gameplay makes me incredibly happy, because that means I will still enjoy it and not be too turned off by the Let's Go aspect. So Nintendo, you have done it on day one of your 3 days of EA showing, or E3 showing rather, because Nintendo does 3 different days of their Treehouse Live and the reveals. Their first reveals were Smash Brothers has every character that's ever been in Smash Bros. In the game, including Snake, voiced by David Hayter, heck yeah, and Cloud, and so that was pretty cool. Smash Bros. Ultimate is actually a new game, not just a re-release of the Wii U version. They showed basically their own version of Armored Core. It was like a Daemon X Machina or something. It looked really cool, giant mech robot fighting game. Then there was some JRPG stuff I didn't really pay attention to. I didn't pay attention to most of the Smash stuff. But no Metroid yet, and no core Pokemon game for 2019, which I'm very much interested in. I either want another full-on RPG, preferably longer, in the vein of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness and or Pokemon Colosseum. I only played Colosseum. I want to go back now that I have my retro stuff set up and the GameCube set up. I want to go back and play through Colosseum again and play XD Gale of Darkness. I don't even think I own it yet. I never played it. I never owned it. I need to pick it up, and getting Jirachi with that was so cool back in the... like, I have so much nostalgia for Gen 2, but there's so much for Gen 3 for me for Pokemon as well. Getting Jirachi on the extra little disc, and I still have some of the cases. You got the little Jirachi magic disc, and you could interact with the GameCube with the games. Such a good time for Pokemon. I wish they would do something like that. Or my master plan of my like ideal Pokemon game, which has always been what I call Pokemon World, which is a full, basically Elder Scrolls Online, but for Pokemon, with a little bit of The Witcher mixed in, where you have all of the regions connected in different areas. You can go between them, play all the Elite Fours, all the gyms, kind of open world, wander around catching Pokemon, fighting trainers, doing all of that, and maybe even add in some mini games from Pokemon Stadium, add in some Pokemon Snap. Like, they have the ability with the Switch here to do the most incredible Pokemon game that will ever be made. I don't think they're going to do it right now. That still seems to just not be something they want to do, but I really hope they do. Like, that is my dream Pokemon game. So I'm hoping it's either that or a core RPG kind of like Colosseum. So we'll see if they reveal that and or Metroid 4 or the other things people are waiting on in the next couple days here of E3. Since technically E3 only started on June 12th, all the conferences got pushed earlier since E3 is now a public event. So things get a little weird, but there's technically 2 more days of Nintendo's showings, and so they will have some more reveals. I'm not going to watch it too closely, but if there is any Pokemon mention, I will be all over that and watch every ounce of that stream. But Nintendo sold me on a Switch. I'm not getting one right now, but I am waiting. I am keeping an eye out for sales or bundles, and I am pre-ordering the Pokeball Plus and Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee, and I am jumping on that day one because I am so freaking stoked. And honestly, I've been itching to play that weird Pokemon Quest minigame. After watching Wood Beat-em-ups, that's what I call him in text. Like text form when I'm telling people about the channel, I call him Wood Beat-em-ups because his name is Wood, but he's from the Beat-em-ups channel, whatever. He did a video about, a couple videos explaining Pokemon Quest and actually seeing it. Since I don't have a Switch, I couldn't play it and check it out, even though it's free. It looks kind of fun, so I'm excited to check that out as well. That may be all I own on Switch for a while, except for that weird Armored Core game, but I'm excited. What are your thoughts? Are you excited for Pokemon Let's Go? Are you going to play it? Are you interested in Pokemon at all? Discuss, comments below, hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe for more awesome gaming content. Got some stuff coming from the new retro room as soon as possible. It's almost done. I will do a setup tour as soon as it's ready. It is this close. I'm actually about to install the curtains probably later this evening. So close. And I'll see you next time.